In the headlines, federal government orders vice chancellors to reopen universities and commence lectures. Army arrests notorious child trafficker, rescues pregnant woman in Imo. 10-year-old boy drowns in Jigawa pond as NSCDC recovers corpse of abandoned baby. And on the foreign scene, at least 9 dead in Russia's school shooting. Attacker kills self. Hello and welcome to Trust News Update. I'm Darshan Hussaina Usman. We begin with education. The federal government, through the National Universities Commission, has ordered vice chancellors to reopen schools and allow students resume lectures. This was made known in a letter signed by the Director of Finance and Accounts of the NUC, Sam Onazi, on behalf of the Executive Secretary of the Commission, Professor Abubakar Rashid. The letter, addressed to all vice-chancellors, pro-chancellors and chairmen of governing councils of federal universities, said all ASU members should immediately resume lectures, restore the daily activities and routines of the various university campuses. The National Industrial Court of Nigeria last Wednesday ordered the Academic Staff Union of Universities to call off its ongoing nationwide strike. ASU commenced strike since February 14 to press home the demand for improved funding for universities, a review of salaries for lecturers, among other issues. Similarly, some concerned senior academics of Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, want the federal government to return to the negotiation table with members of Academic Staff Union of Universities in the interest of Nigerians. Speaking in a statement signed by 50 professors of the university recommending the need for dialogue to resolve the impasse, Professor Saleh Ado of Microbiology Department said the statement represented the entire university. Professor Ado noted that ASU as a union has been mounting pressure on the federal government to honor its obligations since the signing of 2009 agreement, but all to no avail.
I've been watching for a long time how this crisis has dragged, and we felt we have a responsibility, being senior members of the academia as professors, so that we can lend our voice, so that government and the general public will not think that it's only the ASU leadership that is concerned about the situation in the universities. We as major stakeholders, as I said, being professors, we should voice out our concern also and call on the government to come back and sit down with us so that this problem will be resolved once and for all and the universities will be reopened, so that the students and their parents and the general public will have a relief, so that the system will become functional. It's not about opening the university. You can open the university today, but when you open the universities, the state of the universities, what will the student learn? Will they get the best out of the university? This is our concern. We don't want the students to remain at home, but again, we don't want them to come here and they will not get the knowledge they deserve to get from the university, and they will go out without gaining anything from the university. And they will become a big problem to the society and to the nation in general. That's why we feel we should call the attention of the government, being professors.
In politics, ahead of the 2023 general elections, ex-President Goodluck Jonathan has charged Nigerians not to make the mistake of voting those he described as killers into elective positions. He gave the charge on Sunday in Uyo during a special interdenominational service to celebrate the 35th anniversary of the creation of Akwa Ibom State. He urged Nigerians not to make the mistake of voting for those who will carry knives, guns and all kinds of gadgets to kill people because of politics, adding that such people are the enemies of society. The ex-president commended the state governor, Udom Emmanuel, for his developmental strides in the South state and commended members of the State Executive Council for supporting the governor to achieve success in office. Election Petition Tribunal for the July 16 governorship election in Osun State will hold its inaugural sitting in Osogbo, the state capital, Monday. The Independent National Electoral Commission declared the candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Ademola Adeleke, as the winner of the election. The candidate of the All Progressives Congress in the last governorship election in Osun State, Adeboyega Oyetola, is challenging the result at the tribunal. Trust TV's Hamido Yegbade reports that both Oyetola and Adeleke expressed confidence in the ability of the tribunal to do justice in the matter. Oyetola's chief press secretary, Ismail Omipidan, said exploring the legal option would further deepen democratic values. Chairman of PDP in the state, Adekunle Akindele, said Adeleke and his party have deep confidence that the tribunal will deliver fair and equitable trial without fear or favor. Moving to crime, officers of the 34 Artillery Brigade, Obinze, have arrested a suspected child trafficker, Joy Duru, from Ideato South local government area of Imo State. The suspect allegedly specializes in stealing children from Imo State to sell to her accomplices in Rivers State for a huge sum of money. Parading several suspects at the headquarters of the 34 Artillery Brigade in Imo State, the brigade commander Sani Suleiman said the suspects were arrested after several months of intelligence gathering. Recovered from the suspects were forms said to have been gotten from teenage girls who get pregnant with the aim of selling the children upon delivery. The commander explained that efforts are ongoing to trace a suspected buyer of a 2-week-old baby in Rivers State. Meanwhile, the state commander of NAPTIP, Ernest Ogbu, said the suspects will be charged to court and necessary actions will be taken while efforts will be made to reunite the recovered children with their families. Operatives of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps Zamfara State Command have apprehended a truck loaded with suspected vandalized NITEL masts and installations from Talata Marafa local government area of the state. The State Command's Public Relations Officer, Iko Oche, who paraded the 4 suspects, said they were arrested at about 7:30 p.m. in Maru town while on a transit to an unknown location in Kaduna State. The report.
The Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps is the agency overseeing all critical national assets and infrastructure. The Corps has been notified since the 4th of August this year that all permits issued to anyone or company to evacuate any property that belongs to the defunct NITEL has been invalidated. It means anyone found with such a permit or tampers with NITEL mast installations belonging to NITEL is an imposter and should face the full wrath of the law. 4 persons have been apprehended for vandalism. The public relations officer explained that one of the suspects, Kabiru Abdulmumini, claimed that he was an agent of one Isa Abdulmumini who had obtained the permit from the appropriate authorities to evacuate the items to an unknown destination in Kaduna State.
Here we have 4 gentlemen who are suspected to have tampered with the NITEL installation from the town of Talata Mafara, Zamfara State. Abdulmumini M, 49 years, who is said to be the agent that was in charge of the evacuation of the NITEL facilities and installations. I also have Lawali Suleiman M, 25 years, who is a driver, Suleiman Abubakar M, 38 years, the conductor, and Mohamud Mohammed M, 25 years, who is also a conductor. These 4 gentlemen were apprehended at Maru local government on their way from Talata Mafara to Kaduna.
The driver of the truck, who was also arrested as an accomplice, claimed that he was only asked by his boss, who is the owner of the truck, to carry the goods to an unknown destination in Kaduna State after the sum of 340,000 naira has been paid to the truck's owner. The truck's plate number was said to have been removed to conceal its identity while it was on transit.
As a result of this particular vandalization, it doesn't scale through. They are considered to have committed a criminal conspiracy, theft, and tampering with mass tower, contrary to Section 287 of the Penal Code Law and Section 9 of the Miscellaneous Offences Act 17 Law of the Federation 2004. For that reason, gentlemen of the press, they are here today. We arrested this morning at about 7:30 hours, and their destination was Kaduna.
According to the NSCDC, the 4 suspects will be prosecuted in a competent court of jurisdiction after investigations are concluded.
Operatives of the Intelligence Response Team at the Force Intelligence Bureau of the Nigerian Police have arrested 4 persons suspected to be armed robbery kingpins terrorizing Shandam area and other neighboring communities in Plateau State. The Force Public Relations Officer, Olumuyiwa Adejobi, who disclosed this in a statement on Sunday in Abuja, said the suspects were arrested following several complaints from residents about the activities of the gang in the locality. Adejobi said the key suspect, Saleh Musa, was arrested in a raid through actionable intelligence information that he intended to buy an AK-47 rifle in town. Reports say the gang allegedly robbed many people in pharmacy outlets in the town, during which a pharmacist identified as Ibrahim Babawuro in Shandam community sustained gunshot wounds. Items recovered from the crime scene included 1 AK-47 assault rifle and some assorted ammunition. On a sad note, a 10-year-old boy drowned in Buji local government area of Jigawa State on Saturday. This was confirmed on Sunday in Dutse by the spokesman of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps in Jigawa State, CSC Adamu Shehu. CSC Shehu told newsmen that the boy went swimming in a pond in Lelengkudu village alongside his friends when he drowned. His body was found 2 hours after he drowned and was pronounced dead by a doctor. The NSCDC also recovered the body of an abandoned baby girl at a roadside in the Hadija local government area of the state. He said residents discovered the body on Sunday at the Kandara quarters. Shehu said the NSCDC would investigate the incident further. 7 passengers lost their lives on Sunday when a commercial bus caught fire in Iyano-Oworo near the popular Third Mainland Bridge in Lagos State. A statement by the Permanent Secretary of the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency, Olufemi Okeosanyitolu, said other occupants of the 14-passenger Mazda vehicle with registration number KJ4699JY escaped with burns. He said investigation gathered at the scene revealed that the incident occurred due to the driver's recklessness and overspeeding, which resulted in the fire with 12 passengers trapped. The agency said the remains of the 7 burnt passengers have been bagged and evacuated from the scene, while the carcass of the raised bus has been removed from the road for resumption of vehicular activities at the mouth of the bridge, which spans over 11.8 kilometers. President Muhammadu Buhari is back in Abuja after participating in the 77th session of the United Nations General Assembly in New York, the United States. The presidential jet 001 conveying the president and other members of the entourage landed at the presidential wing of the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja. During his sojourn in New York, President Buhari participated in no fewer than 12 high-level events, including bilateral meetings. The 77th session is the high-level meeting of the General Assembly, which the Nigerian president will attend before his exit from government in May next year. You're watching Trust News Update. Coming up after the break, how Asoebi is redefining cultural identity. Do stay with us.
documenting the Nigerian story.
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. Here's a recap of some of our top stories. We told you that federal government orders vice chancellors to reopen universities and commence lectures. You also heard that Army arrests notorious child trafficker, rescues pregnant woman in Imo. Moving to more news, what Sambisa means to the people of Borno State might not be the same with Sambisa in Abuja, a slum that provides opportunities for livelihood, leisure, and the practice of Rastafarian ideologies. In this report, Trustee Vice Shafi'u Suleiman visits a slum which means different things to different people. His report.
We drove through a difficult terrain to come to this area called Sambisa, an Mpape in the heart of Abuja, Nigeria's capital. It is not the usual Sambisa you know in Borno, talking about the ground zero, the operational base of the most wanted terrorist in Nigeria, Abubakar Shekau. In this Sambisa, you find the good, the bad, and the ugly. We met youths who are using their skills to earn a living, talking about the auto mechanics living around here. We also interface with Rasta Judas. He and his enclave think differently from the way other people think. Oji Shrine is also there, to serve as a place to unwind, especially for people after the day's job.
Like Rasta, most time we move from the city to a more natural place. So what they brought us here was to live with nature actually, because Rastafari is about nature. When we talk of nature, it's as good as saying spiritual. So our natural being, I believe that I'm a natural human being. So for me to attune my spirit with nature, I have to live with nature.
Before we came here, we discovered there are Rastas around here. So as you can see, that's Fela, that's Bob Marley. Yeah. So we just came to create something that has already been known for here. That's why we came and we set it up here.
As we move out of Sambisa, living behind the Rastaman enclave and its inhabitants, one thing that also attracts my attention is the topography of the area. Of course, and the serenity, which is enough, to draw the attention of the city dwellers to move here for fresh air. From Sambisa, here in Mpape, Nigeria's capital Abuja, Shafi'u Suleiman, Trust TV News.
The term Ashwebi has become generally accepted and used in Nigeria to celebrate different occasions. Ashwebi, which in Yoruba means family cloth, has found its way into almost every traditional event in the country. In this report, Abubakar Abdullahi takes a look at the use of Ashwebi by Nigerians. The report is presented from our studio.
Ashwebi is a uniform dress or dressing style that is traditionally worn by Yorubas and then some other African cultures as an indicator of cooperation, close friendship, and solidarity during ceremonies, events, and festive periods. The purpose of wearing the dress can be to serve as self-identification with age mates, relatives, or friends during social occasions or funerals. Over the years, the styles that come with using Ashwebi have evolved due to the general acceptability of the concept.
What they normally do is this anko. If it is, for instance, wedding, you may have more than 2 different ankos. From the husband side, the bride, you have their own. From the husband side, the groom, they have their own too. And that is, it is to prove to the people that from so group, this is their anko, and they can even identify themselves based on the dressing that they have made for that particular purpose. But I want to tell you that people are no longer interested in culture, and that is why the philosophy changes. So they are not going for the orthodox.
During occasions, especially weddings, naming ceremonies, and even birthdays, celebrants select Ashwebi styles for family members, friends, and other guests. The culture of Ashwebi has become so popular that it has become a revenue-generating venture for many.
Because it cannot be a revenue generation, because it is the bride or the groom that will use his resources to get these things for his people, and maybe his well-wishers. So to me, I don't look at it as a revenue drive. It could be a revenue drive to people who are selling it and not the person who is using it.
Baba also said this style is different from one community to the other.
If you are talking about the anko, like I said, anko, they are not mostly cultural materials. They are these orthodox dresses that people now use. It's just like they are copying it from the Western world. You understand? And the difference here is most people from this Western world, they find it difficult to use our cultural materials because they are looking at what is the value, what is the economic importance, then the social understanding of these materials to them. You can only, like me, I can value either the Afro dress or Alago dress more than anybody who is outside because he doesn't know the value.
He said, due to the acceptance of this style by different communities, hardly is there an occasion, such as a wedding, naming ceremony or burial, without Ashobi or anko.
The Ooni of Ife, Oba Adeyeye Enitan Ogunwusi, on Saturday commemorated the dawn of the first day of creation and preached love and unity among Yoruba people. The annual Olojo festival attracted dignitaries including the Minister of Interior, Rauf Aregbesola, who represented President Muhammadu Buhari at the event. Trust TV's Hamidu Igbade files in this report as presented from our studio.
The spiritually inclined event was in commemoration of the dawn of the first day in recognition of the beginning of the existence of man. Before the Saturday event, Ooni of Ife went into seclusion where he was believed to have interfaced with spirits and performed necessary rites. His coming out is believed to signify a new beginning. The traditional ruler rained blessings on his subjects, the Yoruba race, and also prayed for peace in Nigeria. The monarch called on all and sundry to support government and security operatives to end insecurity in the country. Speaking on the occasion, President Muhammadu Buhari, who was represented by Minister of Interior Rauf Aregbesola, charged Nigerians to restore the old glory of the country in farming, saying that the bedrock of Nigeria's economy was famously known to be agriculture. Speaking on the essence of the festival, the Sooko Adimola Obalufon of Ile-Ife, Oladele Olasoji Ajilesoro, said the event is a celebration of the unity among Yoruba people.
The essence of the Olojo festival symbolizes unity because it reflects the dawn of a day. Wọ́n ní Ile-Ife ibi tí ojúmọ́ ti ń wá mọ́ wá. That's what Olojo festival signifies. Olojo means the day of the new dawn. It also signifies unity between all the aborigines in Ile-Ife.
Also, the spokesperson, a traditional women group, Yeye Molu, the lioness of Oduduwa Oluwakemi Babalola, said the festival is to promote unity and love.
The lesson of Olojo festival is that we need to have a peace and unity, love one another, sharing with each other, like our Baba is telling early that is love. Kabiyesi Onirisha love, peace and unity. And we want everybody to have a good lesson today. It's good to be good. It's good to be helping each other, one another, because you cannot know what will even happen in direct future.
On the international scene, Russia's investigative committee on Monday said at least 9 people are dead, including 5 children, after a gunman opened fire in a school in the central Russian city of Izhevsk. The attacker also committed suicide. Russia's Interior Ministry said there were about 20 people injured in the attack. Speaking in a video statement outside school number 88 in Izhevsk, the region's governor Alexander Brechalov confirmed there were casualties and wounded among children. Rescue and medical workers have since been deployed to the scene of the incident. And finally, in sports, Tyson Fury is giving Anthony Joshua till Monday to sign a contract for their hugely anticipated all-British showdown, or forget about facing him for the world heavyweight title. There has been protracted talks between the camps of World Boxing Council champion Fury and Joshua, the former holder of the sport's 3 other major heavyweight titles. Fury made the offer for a Battle of Britain bout with Joshua after it emerged that Alexander Usyk, the World Boxing Organization, International Boxing Federation, and World Boxing Association champion, said he will not fight again until early next year. Joshua, 32, suffered his second straight loss to the 35-year-old Ukrainian in Saudi Arabia in August. He also lost to Andy Ruiz Jr. in June 2019 before beating him in the rematch later that year. And with this, we've come to the end of Trust News Update. Don't forget to connect with us on all our social media platforms. I'm Darshan Hussaina Usman. Thanks for watching.